body was made of jelly.
What's up, toilet ducks? CinemaEpoch is a US-based production company that specializes in not being good at what they do. And what they do is make movies. These movies are some of the worst that I have ever seen, and today we're going to be checking out some trailers. But first, Planet Ant Theater. I'm not really sure how I stumbled across this channel, but it's a gold mine. But not gold. It's more like a brown mine. A hot, wet brown mine. Planet Ant Theater hosts mostly improv and open mics, but a couple of months ago, they started a variety show called Planet Ant Presents Ant Planet. Wowie zowie, am I right? There's music, skits, and interviews with all sorts of local artists, and my personal favorite, shitty stand-up comedy.
I feel like watching me drink is kind of like watching the Titanic because there's ice.
Lots to cover today, so buckle up. Welcome to
The Internet is a Toilet Podcast.
I went through 3 episodes of this show, and for the most part, it was extremely boring.
So you're a writer, performer, comedian?
Yes, correct.
Well, pretty cool that the host can talk backwards. But the show itself is about an hour long, monologues, interviews, music, improv, comedy, and with crowd cutaway shots like this, you can see everybody is extremely invested in the show. Usually crowd shots are to show how people are having so much fun and enjoying themselves. Not talking amongst themselves, isolating the guy in the Hawaiian shirt's girlfriend, causing her to feel alone and angry. Ultimately leading to her murdering him by hanging him upside down, putting his head in a bucket, slitting his throat, and watching him drown in his own blood. Allegedly. But back to the show, and our first little spotlight. And make sure to keep an ear on the amazing transitional music as they welcome to the stage comedian Danielle Benson. What? Oh, it's Ben Slee? Sorry. Comedian Danielle Bensley. You're right, I'm sorry. Person that speaks words and waits for laughter but rarely gets it, Danielle Bensley.
Danielle Bensley.
Hi, you guys.
2 out of tune, terribly played acoustic guitar chords. And he does it before and after every single guest. This guy should put an album out called Life Support Unplugged. Get it? I could make fun of this guy all day, but we have much more shitty shit to get through, so let's.
My name's Danielle. Some people call me Danny. Some people call me Learn How to Drive Whore. It's so mean. How do they know I can't golf?
Get it? Because words have meanings and definitions? LOL.
I get my narcissism from my mom. She never apologizes. She never taught me how to apologize. I didn't learn until college. And I came home from college and I was like, Mom, you never taught me how to apologize. And she was like, oh, okay. I'm sorry if you think I never taught you how to apologize. She sucks.
Speaking of sucks, that joke, the setup, the delivery, the lack of punchline, everything about it
Sucks.
There was that whole part where Mom wasn't going to apologize for not teaching her how to apologize. We all saw that coming. That shit was predictable. And then, at the end, Danielle said literally the only word she shouldn't have.
I'm sorry.
therefore derailing that not joke into the hot, wet, brown mess that it is. And don't worry, there's more.
I'm going through a breakup, and it's the worst. I feel like seeing your ex for the first time kind of feels like seeing a house centipede, like physiologically, except you don't wish that the house centipede would stay, you know? I'm going through all of the stages of grief. There's denial, anger, bargaining, chain smoking, crying while masturbating, and acceptance. Yep. I'm currently in the bargaining phase. I've been just blacking out at Salvation Army.
Was this a dare? Maybe she was dared to do this. That's a better explanation than, well, anything. Check out this next not joke. Early in the clip, she gets probably her biggest laugh ever, which builds enough confidence to keep that train going just enough so it can derail and rocket right through the local Boys and Girls Club.
I feel like watching me drink is kind of like watching the Titanic because there's ice. No, there's not ice when you're doing shooters in your car. It's actually, watching me drink is like watching the Titanic because the first 80 minutes are so cute. And then you're like, this is sad. And I'm so glad it's not me.
I had more on her, but that's all I'm going to put you guys through. Hey, Danielle, how would you describe your performance? Oh, the exact same as every other performance you've ever performed? Why would you say that?
Nobody laughed, and I bombed.
Cool. Sounds about right. Let's cleanse the palate with a new segment that I'd like to call I Did Not See That Coming.
Give it up for Raz.
This is the band Raz. R-A-A-Z-Z-Z. And these vocals, say it with me, I did not see that coming. I did not see that coming! What the fuck? And we're almost done with Planet Ant over here. Just one more performer. This was the very first guest on the very first show, and he brought the energy.
Hell yeah, man. Yeah, man, I ain't never performed in front of coworkers before. This is oh man, this is awesome, man. Glad to be here, man. This is a cool show. I think this is the first one, so we're gonna have a lot of fun tonight. Okay, y'all gonna have some fun. Okay, you ready for it?
Wow, the energy is contagious. Y'all ready to have some fun? Wahoo! And believe it or not, this comedian was even worse than the first. Trust me. So there's no need to go over any of the lame attempts at jokes. They're all low-hanging fruit jokes that we've all thought of before. But, much like the first comedian too, his set went, well, I'll let him tell you.
Motherfucker, I was Hiroshima bombing.
Aw, sorry, EJ. That's stinky. Just stick with it. Not everybody's meant for comedy, but with your style and stage presence, it's just a matter of time until you're working the real comedy clubs. Cleaning the bathrooms.
If you gonna stick your thumb in a dude's ass, don't get your nails done, okay? It's like sticking a butter knife up my ass, you know what I mean? All right. Yeah, don't stick no butter knives up people's asses. I think I'm done.
Yeah, I think I'm done too. Today Today's mini segment is a quick little follow-up on fan favorite Harrison Young, host of Topic Time. You may remember Harrison from the last episode.
Are you familiar with the Fat Boys?
Yes, I am. Fat Boy Slim, right? Is that one of them?
Well, today we're going to check out the most recent episode of Topic Time that we've covered yet, at least. This one was published less than 2 months ago. His guest is middle schooler / model Michelle Lupu. And we're not going to get completely sidetracked, but Michelle, Mischel. Ugh. Michelle just may be the youngest person that has ever been on Topic Time.
Okay, so you're in middle school. What are you, in 8th grade?
I'm in 7th grade.
7th grade, wow, you're young. That's you may actually be, I'm thinking, you possibly, in terms of, timeline, you may actually be the youngest guest I've ever had on the show, even though I did have a 5-year-old on once, but she was on in 2013, so that was 9 years ago. So you're probably right, you're really on the low end of the scale, and that's fine. I don't mind. I like having young people and old people on. Like I said, I can interview anybody.
Wow! This 14-year-old may be the youngest person to ever be on Topic Time, besides the 5-year-old that was on the show 9 years ago, but that puts her at about 14 years old today.
That's not how it works. That's not how any of this works.
And it's a pretty boring interview, to be honest. But there's a few gems, like, well, Harrison making this joke and then bombing still only the 3rd hardest that someone has bombed on this episode.
You obviously, I assume you're a pretty good student in school, right?
Yeah, I have all A's and B's. That's good.
That's better than I was.
She was not impressed with him. However, she can do one thing that absolutely impresses him.
Someone who's, I'm in pretty good shape for my age. I'm in my early 60s, but I could never, you could do a cartwheel if you wanted to, right?
Yeah.
See, I can't see how people can do that. That is so amazing. How somebody can contort their body to just spin around like a, like a shape on a board game, which is pretty much what it is.
I love how cartwheels quite literally blow his mind. The fact that people can move like a shape on a board game is quite impressive. But it's not the reason Topic Time is back on the show. You know how he likes to start every episode snapping to that jazzy little tune, right? Well, he ends each episode doing the same. And being the gentleman that he is, he invited Michelle to join in.
All right, on that note, so we're going to wrap the show up. You ready to... If you want to go, you want to snap along, you can. If not, that's fine too. All right, folks, thanks for watching Topic Time. More great episodes to follow. See you next week. Take care. Bye-bye.
And if you couldn't tell from the lack of additional snapping, she did not join in. In fact, you can even see her mouthing, "Help me," to her parents off camera. I'm obviously kidding, but trust me, it's not far off. A movie trailer is designed to make a movie seem really interesting and almost a no-brainer to want to go see it as soon as you possibly can. They're often filled with a mix of, but not limited to, impressive cinematography, heavy sound design, fast-paced music and editing, intriguing dialogue, explosions, bad acting, confusing storylines, and washed-up actors you haven't thought of in 25 years. And today's trailers consist mostly of the latter. These movies are so bad. So bad, they are absolutely perfectly flawed. Perfectly flawed. Let's start off with the trailer for the movie Bad Timing.
Hi, can I help you?
Hi, yeah, I'm very sorry to bother you. I got into a car accident outside.
Are you hurt?
Nothing too serious, but I probably had to call the police.
Yeah, do you want to use a phone or something?
Hey, the name's Bobby Banaka. I just got into a car accident by myself. I ain't got no phone. You can't even see my car anywhere, so I figured I would find the one hottie that lives by herself. And holy shit, let's take it back so we can hear her response.
Hi, yeah, I'm very sorry to bother you. I got into a car accident outside.
Are you hurt?
Nothing sounds more natural than responding to a person that isn't even done telling you what you are supposed to respond to.
I got into a car accident outside.
Are you hurt?
But we aren't even 10 seconds into this trailer.
Don't make a sound. There's two guys outside looking for me, so I have to hide in your house. I'm gonna hang out at your house for the weekend.
Oh, shit!
Do we really have to do this? Is this necessary?
Don't worry, as long as you keep cooperating, we're not gonna have no problem. I'm gonna bust you!
Pause. Before we get to this participation trophy winning actor, let's go back to a couple of small things. I'll say it again. The trailer is supposed to be the best of the best that the movie has to offer.
Don't worry, as long as you keep cooperating, we're not gonna have no problem.
Don't worry, as long as you keep cooperating. Hey, remember that line of dialogue that I didn't really say correctly and we should have done another take? Let's use that in the advertisement for the film. Yeesh. And what the hell is up with Brent Reynolds over here? Nice Dollar Tree cop costume. But now, back to the guy they pulled directly from one of those "You Put Meth in the Baby's Bottle" episodes of Maury.
I'm gonna bust you! Hey! So you like hitting women? You don't never come back to this girl again. You don't even look at her again. You understand?
Now Jimmy Pasta Sauce has morphed into the love interest? Boring. More shit acting, please.
I treat you like a family, and this is how you pay me back.
I'm very confused on what this accent is supposed to be.
I treat you like a family, and this is how you pay me back.
I treat you like a family. Like a whole entire family. But you, just one person. Family. Quite the contrast between that guy's overacting and the mundane nothingness that we're getting from Pepperoni Calzone. And then they wrap up the trailer with a pretty basic, boring montage. Title card and fade to black. And I know we're only checking out the trailers, but it's worth noting that most of the CinemaEpoch movies are rated 16 plus. That's not a thing. And Bad Timing is 64 minutes long. You can hardly call that a movie. That is a bad timing. The next movie has one of the best/worst/best again names ever.
The Wrong Sarah.
It's about a killer that only kills women named Sarah. What a concept. The trailer's pretty boring and basic for the most part, but in classic CinemaEpoch fashion, there's a line of dialogue in it that sounds like the actor forgot his line for a moment.
All the victims have the first name Sarah.
All the victims have the first name Sarah. I'll give him credit where credit is due. He did eventually remember all 8 of the words. And lucky for this actor, most of the characters' names in the movie are Sarah. So hopefully that wasn't too hard for him to remember. Moving on. Next we have the trailer for Convulsion.
I couldn't feel it. My body was made of jelly.
If there's any reason for Convulsion to be on the show, it's...
My body was made of jelly.
What the fuck? There is literally nothing for the viewer to take away from this trailer. It's confusing, but not in an intriguing kind of way. It's filled with unnecessary filters, visuals that are meant to be disturbing and leave the viewer uneasy, but instead they leave me asking, why doesn't he have any arms? Did he scratch them off his body completely? And lots of pink. None of these CinemaEpoch trailers do a good job explaining what happens in these movies. And lucky for us, most of them are available on Amazon Prime for $1 standard definition rental. And these movies they're filled with the same shitty actors and probably pumped out in a weekend or so. As a whole, I give all of the CinemaEpoch acting 1 out of 10. Plot and dialogue get 0 out of 10. Overall, 10 out of 10. I loved it. It sucks so much butt, and I'm broken. Why would I possibly want to watch any of the critically acclaimed film masterpieces like Lawnmower Man 2 when I can watch CinemaEpoch's entire film catalog? Keep making terrible art, guys. I'm proud of you. Planet Ant Topic Time, and CinemaEpoch can all be found on the internet landfill known as YouTube, therefore proving that the internet is a toilet. Make sure to check out the website, toilet.show, for email address, link to the YouTubes, link to the merch, link to pretty much everything that I have. And if you're listening to this podcast, please rate and review wherever you do such podcast things. And if you're watching this on YouTube, give us a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Make sure you don't miss a thing. I'm uploading shit all the time. Quite literally. So give me a sub and get in touch. Tell me about some shitty shit on the internet you know about that I may not. But until then.
Bye, have a great time.
So that's it. What an exciting show.
A beautiful young lady, and your parents are here. You are young. That's young people, young as you, the young one. You're only, what, 12?
13.
13, okay. Girls, you look very fit. You belong to a gym? As someone who's so young as yourself, you're not even in high school yet. People your age, you're not going to try cheerleading.